Well, a mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're having a good day, just like yesterday. 57 degrees. That's at the airport. 59 here at Radio Center. We should crack 60 before noon. 58 in downtown Midland. 59 downtown Bay City. Have a southwest breeze, about 16 miles per hour, so things are drying down rather nicely. 57% is our humidity, and the barometer continues to rise at 30.08. That's because we do have a high pressure system. It's a little bit away from us, but still it's close enough to give us this really nice weather and draft some warmer temperatures up in our direction. As you can tell, that southwest breeze that we wound up with yesterday as we went through the day really warmed things up. We got a lot of work done outside, and hopefully you did too. Low pressure system right now is over the Dakotas, North Dakota to be specific. It's going to move up in Canada in Ontario province, north of Lake Superior, as we go through the day today and into the early evening hours. And eventually what that's going to do is drag a frontal system through the state. It appears as though that frontal system is going to work its way down through about 80% of the lower peninsula, but be right along that I-94 corridor when it stops. And then eventually it is going to work its way back up. So today appears to be the warmest day of the week. And for that matter, it looks as though the warmest day we will see for a little while, because in the forecast, not only are we going to be looking at 50s, maybe a 60 on Thursday. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. I think we should come pretty close. And then as we move into the weekend, things are really going to begin to cool down. And we will be looking at some not only pretty chilly weather, but also some snow shower and snow flurry activity that will sift down into the Great Lakes Bay region as we move through the weekend. So enjoy the next few days. Yeah, there is going to be that threat of maybe a spotty sprinkle or light shower, especially during the day tomorrow as that frontal system does work its way through. But I think southeast Michigan tomorrow is going to have a lot better chance of seeing some precipitation, because we are going to be looking at a northwest breeze late tonight and early tomorrow morning, and that is going to push that front down toward the Michigan border and eventually out of the state. A low pressure system coming from Oklahoma is going to be following that frontal system, and that's the reason why it looks like right now the best chance of seeing any precipitation is going to be Indiana, Ohio, southern sections of Illinois, into Pennsylvania and New York State, and not so much over a good part of the lower peninsula. How about that weekend? We had some temperatures running well above average for this time of the year. Saturday and then Sunday were the first 2 days that we saw of above average temperatures. We've been dealing with below average for a good part of the month. But as we said, things will begin to equalize out just a little bit, but still anything above 50 degrees is above average. And we're really not looking for anything under 50 degrees until we get to the weekend. 64, our projected high temperature with plenty of sun, a southwest breeze. That'll be dying down late this afternoon. Tonight, clouds real late. The cloud cover is going to move in. 47 for a low tonight. Sun will set this evening at 5:18. Rise tomorrow morning at 7:23. Tomorrow, clouds, a scattered sprinkle or shower, especially in the southeast corner of the lower peninsula. As we said, that low pressure system tomorrow is going to start off in Oklahoma, go through central Illinois, and then scoot all the way over into Pennsylvania by tomorrow night. 55 is going to be our high tomorrow. 38 will be our low tomorrow night. Then on Wednesday, partly sunny skies. Once again, clouds will be moving in late. Low pressure system over Kansas. That one is going to go up through Wisconsin. So it's going to be to the west of us. And it does appear as though it'll be in Wisconsin during the day on Thursday. Wednesday's high will be 53, low will be 43. And then because that low is in Wisconsin, it is going to pull some warm air up into the state. Clouds and some showers around on Thursday, 60 degrees for a high. It appears right now as though that will be a much better chance of rain on Thursday than it will be on Tuesday. And that rain shower activity will be over the entire state. Partly cloudy skies on Thursday night, late, upper 30s for a low on Thursday night, snow in North Dakota. Then on Friday, the low will be over Lake Superior from Wisconsin. So we are going to see a chance of some precipitation Friday afternoon or Friday evening. 50 will be our high on Friday. That'll be early in the day. Mid 30s for a low on Friday night. Then Saturday and Sunday will be in the low 40s with lows right around 30 degrees. And there is going to be the chance of some spotty showers around. 50 is our normal high for this time of the year. 34, the average low. Record high in the state was set a year ago. 75 degrees. Record low 14, set in 1991. Incidentally, that record high, the low temperature was 50 a year ago today. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Gary Kaufman. We'll be talking to him in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Hilleshog Seeds. Now, if you haven't done it already, get that fancy phone out and start snapping some pictures, all right? Time's running out for this year's One Sweet Photo Contest. Go to hilleshog.com for more information. You could win $1,500 worth of seed, a Traeger smoker. Your photo could be featured in a national magazine ad, and some other sweet swag. The contest is open now through December the 1st. Voting till the end of the month. Photos with the most votes win. So take that picture, go to hilleshog.com for more information, and get your friends involved. Get him to vote for you, all right? On the line with me, Gary Kaufman at Star of the West. Gary, nice weekend. I hope the traders had a good weekend.
Well, I'm assuming they did in the wheat and maybe the corn, but the beans are taking a hit again this morning, Terry.
Boy, they're just no fun, are they?
Apparently not. So, yeah, currently right now, Terry, we have actually cash wheat is up 4 right now. That puts the cash white at 736, the red at 701. Looking out to next year, 2022 crop, up 4 on the white and red, 773 for the white, 713 for the red. Cash corn, current crop corn down a penny at 502. And cash and current crop soybeans, let's call it down 13, Terry, at 11.25.
So why are they being so hard on us?
Well, soybeans, Friday there, this is probably the 4th consecutive session we've kind of sold off on the beans, Terry, and we're kind of looking at probably a 3-week low, and we're probably at an 8-month low with the downward action today so far. Basically, most of the negative price action is attributed to profit taking and position scoring ahead of tomorrow's USDA report. So generally, the market's thoughts are kind of leaning, as you can imagine, slightly bearish, with expectations that the USDA will once again raise soybeans ending stocks. We had a big number jump in October, and so we're looking at another slight increase of about 40 to 45 million bushel to add on to the 362 million that they increased last month. But overall, in addition, disappointing export sales too, Terry. We're running probably 33% down from this time a year ago, and Brazil's off to a stellar start on their crops. So a lot of competition in South America is lagging our U.S. exports. So beans is kind of the negative nanny today. So.
All right. Well, hopefully we can break that chain of losses. What did you say? 4 straight days now?
Yep. Yeah, this is the 4th straight day, and last week we were down probably 40. We were down about 44 cents for the week. So we've been kind of, chipping away at a lot of negative days in a row here. So and then it's been ongoing more than 4 days in this slow slide, I guess. So we're for the most part we're at an 8-month low right now on January soybean futures.
Wow. Well, we knew something like that was going to happen sometime. Unfortunately, it has to be now.
I hear you.
Gary, you take care. Have a good day, all right?
I will. You do the same.
A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Over to Oppenheimer with Doug Klein we go. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. Hey, if you're looking for a new Ram commercial truck or van, get it from a dealer that's been around since 1852. Schaefer and Beerline and Frankenmuth, they know trucks and vans. Buy with confidence from a dealer where service and family sells cars. They are the Great Lakes Barrier's certified ag dealer. That is Schaefer and Beerline. And by Krizak's House Family Restaurant, responsible for some food here for the upcoming holidays, even into next year. You're planning ahead. Here you go, 989-894-5531. You're going to be a hero at your events. Krizak's House Family Restaurant. Oh, yeah, and by the way, they're a great place to dine in, too. So do a little bit of that during the holidays. I know you'll love it. Krizak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass in Michigan on Bay City's south side. Morning, Doug. What are we looking at?
Well, it looks like they're putting a little money in crude oil. That's up 1%, 82 or 92 cents. Some money going into silver. That's up 1.25%, and platinum's up 2.5%. As far as downers, the only downer over 1% is the March soybeans. They're down about a little over 1%. Of course, they picked up a Ukrainian that I don't know, did some malware in the United States, confiscated about $6 million of his stolen money. So I don't know. You don't get any protection being Ukrainian anymore. So that's kind of faded into history. So here's your numbers. The December corn is 551 minus 2 cents. The March corn is 560.5, down 1 3/4. November soybeans 1182.5, down 9 3/4. The March soybeans 1203.25, down 14 1/4. December wheat is 768 3/4, up 2 1/4, and March wheat is 781.5, up 1 3/4. The crude oil 82.18, that's up 91 cents. Heating oil is 248.04, up 2.5 cents. Gasoline is 233.47, that's up 1.4 cents. And natural gas is 564.25, that's up 1.5 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2444 at the border. That's down 10 ticks. The yen is at 113.14, down 26 ticks. The euro's at 115.91, up 25 ticks. The dollar's at 94.05, that's down 27 ticks. Gold's at 1824.90, up $8.10. Silver's at 24.45, that's up 30 cents. And platinum's at 1061.80. That's up $26.
So again, that wholesale gas price is where?
$2.33.
So
Put you right around $3.
Yeah. You know, my favorite gas station on the expressway south of Flint.
Mm-hmm, I know.
I picked up ethanol.
Mm-hmm.
$2.58
Nice.
a gallon. I didn't care if I had to wait forever in a day.
Right.
And, one lane traffic with all the construction. So what? $2.58. Oh, man, was I happy. Doug, especially when their gas was like $3.49.
Exactly.
And they were going to give you a special deal if you got a car wash, $3.44.
Oh.
Yeah.
You still my heart.
Oh. My car wasn't that dirty. You take care. Have a good
Thanks,
one.
yep.
All
You
right.
too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Joining me right now, I've got Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, boy, we got a lot of work done outside, didn't we?
We did. I'm sure feeling it today, Terry, but a lot of stuff got done. I did a lot of weeding in my beds, Terry. Right now, if there's weeds there, they're perennial weeds. They don't look like they're very big, but those roots are going to continue to grow till the ground freezes, and they're going to wake up early in the spring. Your pre-emergent isn't going to work, and they're going to go crazy. So whatever you can do to get some weeding done now, don't go, I'll get it next spring. It'll be twice as bad next spring. So again, weeding your beds is a very good thing to do late in the season.
Good idea. Jerry, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yes, sir, Terry.
All right. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. You know that infrastructure bill that was passed Friday in the House? I'm kind of curious about it. When we return, so was Eric Sawatsky at Yo and Yo Accounting. He gives us his take on it right after this.
Hi, Deb. Another weekend, more youth baseball. Where's Jerry?
He wanted to come, but he's busy battling brown beet fields.
Cercospora?
Yeah, he went out to spray again. Is your crew spraying?
Just a few times. It's a sea of green this year.
You're kidding.
No, we tried that new CR Plus trait developed by KWS, and it's like night and day.
Really? Wow. You should text Jerry. He needs a new plan.
Maybe I'll just send some pics from the game. He'll get the message. KWS CR Plus trait is licensed to Beta Seed and Crystal Brand Seed.
Farm Service brought to you by the Michigan corn growers here, where right now they want you to register for the 8th annual Great Lakes Crop Summit. It's going to be at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, January 26th and 27th of next year. Deadline to reserve hotel rooms and receive early registration is right after the first of the year. So now is the time, while you're thinking of it, to get that registration in. Again, they're looking forward to seeing you after a year off. Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, the site of the 8th annual Great Lakes Crop Summit, coming up January 26 and 27. Eric Sawatsky joining me right now with Yo and Yo Accounting. Eric, let's talk a little bit about that legislation. Obviously, we're hearing a lot about all the really great things that this infrastructure bill is going to do for us. Give us a little insight. What's all in that thing anyway?
Yeah, Terry, it's definitely a lot to comprehend. We're talking a $1.2 trillion bill, so a lot of money to throw around. But a lot of different things. Much of it is your traditional infrastructure, money for roads and bridges, maintenance and upgrades to railroads, to the electric power grid across the country. There's a big chunk of money in there for broadband to be able to make broadband more available in rural areas and low-income communities. Some water infrastructure, including some projects on the Great Lakes that we'll probably hear more about. Airports and ports and a lot of other areas where the money is going to be spent. Part of the concern there, and part of the holdup on why this bill didn't pass, is they were waiting for the current Congressional Budget Office to score the bill and find out what it really cost, because a lot of what was advertised is that this wasn't going to cost anything. The Congressional Budget Office actually says there'll be a cost of $256 billion over the next 10 years. That would probably go more to our national debt. But currently there's no new taxes. So from that aspect, there's not any new tax bills or changes in the tax laws that are going to pay for all of these upgrades. Some of it is coming from funds within the government that they had available for COVID relief that haven't been spent, and other areas they are able to move money around. But we'll see. There's definitely some positive things that can come out of it, but it's a lot of money to spend. The only other thing from a tax perspective I wanted to highlight, like I said, no new taxes or deductions or anything like that. But one thing they did slip in there, or a couple things, I guess. One is the employer retention credit. We've been talking about that lately, which has been a significant benefit for any employers that have kept on their employees throughout the pandemic and have been able to keep them employed. They've been getting good sized credits this year if their revenue went down over the past year or two. They now have ended that early. It was supposed to go through the end of the year and slipped into this bill is after September 30th, their wages are no longer eligible for that. So that's a significant hit for some of these employers that were qualifying for that. The only other thing in the bill from a tax aspect is cryptocurrency. If you've been investing in cryptocurrency, there are new requirements in here for brokers to be reporting all that transactional activity. So some of those things that might have been flying under the radar, the IRS is really going after that, and Congress kind of gave them a boost here. So that's kind of my quick summary. There's a lot more to come as that unrolls, but that's what I'm seeing so far on this bill.
All right, Eric. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your insight. You have a great day, okay?
You too, Terry.
All right. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Along with me, Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery over in Midland. Chuck, let's talk a little bit about ornamental grasses. They're beautiful right now, aren't they?
Oh, wonderful addition to any landscape. They provide color, texture, beauty, and interest the whole year round, especially when you leave them intact late fall or early winter. The question is that I'm getting a lot, should you cut them back now? Leaving them stand throughout the winter allows the plumes and foliage to add interest to, kind of a barren landscape all winter and also cover for the birds. But even though they provide some beauty in the winter, they can make a real mess in the landscape during the winter as the dead grass and plumes dry out and they break off and blow around and make a mess in your yard. So right now is a perfect time to get out there and trim them back.
So the best suggestion how to trim them back is about how far?
You're going to want to cut them back so they're a few inches above the plant, above the soil. And by doing it, it's going to allow light and air to get to the base of those plants quickly when temperatures begin to warm in the early spring. And we all know that there's plenty of times when we get that early melt in the warm spell. So it's really beneficial to do it now. And then also, if you do it now, everything's going to be cleaned up. So if you've got to do some dividing of those grasses in the spring right away, you're all ready to go.
Chuck Cervinsky, always good to talk. You take care. You always got work for me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Talk to you again soon, all right?
Okay.
Chuck Cervinsky, Maple Hill Nursery over in Midland.
Farming can seem pretty straightforward, but it's anything but that. The same can be said for every seed you plant. While seemingly simple, that little blue seed represents a symphony of breeding adjustments and science, orchestrated to deliver the right traits for your region and engineered for 2021. When you partner with Beta Seed's breeding team, planting doesn't represent the beginning. Instead, it serves as the latest chapter of a trusted partnership that has been over 50 years in the making. Beta Seed, breeding confidence.
We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around for that. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kaufman. The U.S. taking down travel restrictions, allowing international travelers who've been vaccinated against COVID to come here. Some family reunions already in San Francisco.
Travelers from New Delhi step through the international arrivals gate here at SFO and into the arms of waiting loved ones. Some of these families haven't seen each other in person since before the pandemic.
We've been separated for 2 years.
Meenakshi Roy was looking forward to hugging her grandkids.
They've grown up in 2 years. From mere babies of 3 years, now they become 5 years old. So we have missed the important milestones.
International travelers from many more countries may now enter the U.S. if they are fully vaccinated and show proof of a negative COVID test. Matt Bigler for CBS News, San Francisco International Airport.
Today, the global virus caseload topped 250 million since the beginning of the pandemic. The White House has just hours to respond now that a federal court temporarily blocked the administration's vaccine rules for larger businesses. Health policy advocate Justin Gill.
When we look at the merits of the arguments here, it really comes down to whether this is something that would be considered a grave danger to employees.
Republicans and some business groups have spoken out against the directive that's designed to take hold in January. Now to Georgia and the trial of 3 white men and the killing of Ahmaud Arbery.
Ahmaud Arbery's father stepped into the hallway whispering, "I don't want to see this," as the state prepared to play video of his son's deadly shooting. Arbery's mother, however, tells us she had steeled herself to watch it for the first time ever.
Last 18 months, I questioned what happened to Ahmaud in the last minutes of his life.
Wanda Cooper Jones cried, but says her curiosity is cured.
It's very heartbreaking, but I've got past that part.
Later, a juror covered her eyes with her notebook as close-up and graphic body cam footage filled the screen. Veronica Waters for CBS News, Atlanta.
A man who was wounded in Kenosha, Wisconsin by Kyle Rittenhouse said he thought he was going to die. In court testimony this morning, Rittenhouse is on trial for killing 2 people during a night of chaotic protests. The brother of one of the 8 people who died Friday night in Houston's Concert Crush blames the performer who was on stage.
Travis Scott, you are the one who's liable. You got blood on your hands, man.
Travis Scott and concert organizers are named in lawsuits that have been filed. The U.S. is set to announce ransomware charges and the seizure of $6 million